Pope Francis played a key role in the thawing of relations between the United States and Cuba, and now he is visiting both nations, starting with Cuba tomorrow. 8 on Your Side will be there every step of the way. Tonight, News Channel 8's Gene Ramirez is in Havana, awaiting the Pope's arrival.
And good evening to you, Keith, from Havana. I can show you just feet away from where I'm standing the altar of the main event. That's Sunday's papal mass here at Havana's Revolution Square. Many people asking themselves what exactly will be the message from Pope Francis to the Cuban people and to the world from this island nation. Some are saying look no further than the fact that he is a Jesuit, and Jesuits focus on education. Street soccer is how many Havana teens let off steam after a long day of class at state-run schools. Despite a high literacy rate, there's no school choice in Cuba. Would you like the option of having religion class if you wanted to take the class?
Yeah, I wanted to go to each class. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Christopher Cancio's grandmother introduced him to Christianity. While families have taken the role of religion teacher, some wonder if Catholic schools could make a comeback and if Pope Francis will champion that cause. Idania Garcia points to the Catholic school where her father studied, El Colegio de Belén, once run by the same order the Pope belongs to, the Jesuits. Fidel and Raul Castro also went there. Then they shut it down. And as you can see now, the sign is gone, but the building still stands. It's now occupied by Cuba's Military Technical Institute. In 1961, revolutionary soldiers went right into this building and eventually forced out the Jesuits. Pope John Paul II's visit paved the way for celebrating Catholic Mass. What if Pope Francis opened the doors to religious schools? They work in other countries. I imagine they'd work in Cuba too, says Idania's husband, though she's not sure all kids would love it. And Keith, if you're wondering what exactly happened to those Jesuits after they were forced out of that school here in Havana, Cuba, well, some of them went to Miami, opened up a school there by the same name. It happens to be the school that I went to, Keith.
All right. Well, Gene, it's interesting what's taking place there. It is historical. This message, however, a lot of questions of whether it will be strictly faith-based or there might be a political message in there. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a great question because the Vatican will tell you that this is an apostolic visit. The message will be faith-based. However, we need to remember that the Pope is a person who reached out to Raul Castro, reached out to President Obama and said, you two need to come together and figure something out. And I wouldn't be surprised if we hear maybe not a direct message, but some sort of hidden message veiled in a faith wording that still has or drives home some sort of political message, Keith.
Gene Ramirez reporting live for us in Cuba tonight. Thank you, Gene. We look forward to your reports tomorrow. And, of course, News Channel 8 will be with the Pope every step of the way. Gene will continue to bring you those special reports from Havana until Pope Francis leaves Cuba. And then Jennifer Lee picks up our Pope coverage when he arrives in the United States. She will be live all next week, starting Monday in Washington, D.C.